She
Ramses
kind
wasn't
of
responding to anything.
no, he knew. He was like, I'm going into this reunion and I'm just gonna
He even
because all I'm
told
gonna do
her.
is make it worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was annoyed that she was like doing so much when it came to the Hannah and Nick thing. I was like, it's getting a little bit weird.
Merch alert.
That's right. You heard her. We have merch now. If you're looking for a mug, a hoodie, a shirt, a blanket, we're your people. Be sure to check out our exclusive I Was a Bravo Fan Before Scandal tees. They will be perfect to wear while watching the VPR reunion.
Check out the link in the description of the podcast or our Instagram bio.
Hello, hello. Welcome back to Bravo. We're Black. Unfortunately, Kaya is still not with us, but we are sending her lots of love. And in the meantime, I have a special guest. She's literally a member of Bravo. We're Black at this point, and I was just on her podcast yesterday. It is Raven from the Bitches Better podcast. How are you?
Oh my God. I'm a member of Bravo We're Black. I love that
Yeah.
for me.
Like you're
I'm
literally
honored.
you and Kendrick are like it's
Uh,
solid.
that makes me so happy. It feels like just like an exclusive club that I'm a part of. And no one
Yes,
else is.
and
Well, except for
yesterday
Kendrick.
was listen, and yesterday was so fun because we got to have on our bonnets on yours.
Yes, we did.
And I love it. And it even, I don't know if you noticed, but like afterwards, it gave like this cute little picture that I took a picture of.
Yes, yes, because I almost
Yes.
posted it in the carousel today, and I was like, no, I won't do it. But then I was like, maybe I should ask him first, and I was like, forget it.
Maybe I'll post it tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
So don't be surprised if I do it.
I won't be. I'm totally fine with it. I thought it
Okay.
was cute.
All right. So I'm so happy to have you here. This is our pop culture episode. So we're going to be talking about the Love is Blind reunion. We're going to be talking about the Meg Thee Stallion documentary that just came out and giving our thoughts on that because that was really good.
Mhm.
And we're also going to be talking some Love After Lockup.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Guys, that's how you know Kaya is not here. And Kaya is going to kick my ass because she specifically said Love After Lockup is for the podcast. I meant the Patreon. But she's not here right now.
You're always misbehaving when she's not here.
Am I?
It's like, yes, and it feels premeditated. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's
I wait
like,
to try
oh,
shit because I'm like,
uh-huh.
let's
Because you
see what
know
happens.
she's not going for it. You already
Because
know.
the last time you guys had my back when I blamed AI technology. So let's
Mhm.
see if you have my back with the Love After Lockup.
Well, just don't put me in it. I don't have nothing to do with this,
No,
Kaya.
I'll say
I
it. Raven literally said yesterday, she's like, are you sure you want to do that?
I follow the rules. This is not, I'm very uncomfortable. I'm very uncomfortable.
But the
And I'm
good
gonna
news
snitch on you.
is, don't snitch on me.
I
Okay,
will. I
listen.
will.
The good news is we're just gonna cover like the latest episode or the latest two episodes just to, put our thoughts out there. It's not gonna be anything too heavy. Like
All
the
right.
heavy stuff is saved for Patreon, but it's gonna be like a light recap. And honestly, so much stuff pissed me off on the Love is Blind reunion that's
Oh my
probably gonna
God.
take up the bulk of our time. So
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, I think we should jump into Black Excellence. Who is your Black Excellence for today?
Oh shit. You go first.
Okay, I will go first. Mine is gonna go to Beyonce because I mean she dropped the B Watch. I don't know if you guys seen it, but
I
it's
saw
like
it.
a visual for Bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know, you know. And it's also, a little ad or campaign ad to tell you guys to go vote. So she did so many things at one time, and she showed you her Halloween costume, which was Pamela Anderson. So there
So
were
good.
so many things going on. She's serving body, she's giving look. She looks incredible.
As
Like,
usual. No, and it's so funny because I saw it. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning that she posted this. And I was up because I'm a mamala, right? And
your
I was
mom.
feeding my
Yes.
child and I was scrolling and I was like, is she fucking serious? And people were like, Beyonce, we're trying to get some sleep here. Are you kidding me? Now I have to be up and look at this and watch this and just like, ugh, she just can do
See,
whatever. Oh my
she
God. Can you
wants.
imagine?
I can't imagine. It's like literally I woke up at 8 a.m. and as soon as I check my Instagram, that's the first thing. And I'm just like, now I have to lay here and watch it.
Yes.
And
You have to
I
stop
did.
everything that you're doing.
I did. And I'm just like, this damn lady. Like the whole time I'm watching, that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, this damn woman. It's just like, it's too much. And I
She's
just,
not real. Like,
I'm
you talk
obsessed with
about some
her.
AI technology, okay? It has to be. She's unreal. I cannot. Ugh.
You know
Okay,
what?
tell
Okay,
me.
I'll save it actually.
Okay.
Do you have your black excellence?
Yes, and it's
Mhm.
going to go to President Kamala Harris. I'm putting it out there, manifesting it, positive energy, all of that. That it's happening. She's got
Mm.
it. We're good. It's,
She's
I
got it.
mean,
It's hers.
she's got it in the bag. Yeah. It's a done deal.
It's hers. I hope so. I hope so. I really do. And once she's in, guys, we can talk about all the changes that we want to make and we can really put that pressure on her to do certain things. That's when we'll have, the chance to do that. So I know a lot of people have a lot of concerns, a lot of different things that they're wondering. Um,
Mhm.
but as soon as she is in term and she's in that White House, we can put that heat on her.
Yes.
We can put that heat on her and it's going
We
to be
absolutely
okay.
can. Hmm.
So hopefully you guys went out and voted. And hopefully by today, we're not pissed off.
Oh my God, please, Lord. Please,
But
I
you know
can't
who I
take it.
am pissed off at?
Yes, I believe I do. Does it rhyme with Schlochter Schlill?
Yes,
Oh.
it does. And he pissed me off so bad. And you're not you know what's so funny? When you sent me that, literally
Hmm.
two other people sent me that too. And it was like maybe an hour apart or 30 minutes apart. And then I hear about it at work. Like I'm just working and I hear about it and they're like, yo, guess what Dr. Phil said? And I'm just like,
You're like, I already know.
listen,
I
but I didn't know this.
Oh, you hadn't
This
seen it yet,
was
so it was literally news to
this
you at that
was
moment.
news to me that he got his ass on the Pierce Morgan show
Which, ugh, okay, already.
and said that he gave his speech at the Trump rally as an act of rebellion because Kamala Harris snubbed him.
What a loser.
He
What a
requested
loser.
25 plus times to speak to her. Um, and he offered to give this identical speech at her rally, which, in my opinion, listen, guys, at the end of the day, you know what side we stand on, but I'm not going to well, I wouldn't publicly criticize anybody or make them feel bad for who they voted for.
Hmm.
I'm not about that. My whole thing is just go out and vote. Whatever the outcome is, whatever you decide to put on your ballot, that's your decision. But just go out here and vote.
I'm
So,
criticizing,
but
but that's on me. I won't do it here out of respect for
listen,
you.
I am, but I'm not gonna do it to the point where it's like it's hurting your
Oh,
feelings.
no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, no. No.
Yeah, like I'm really criticizing him, not so much the people that are voting for him,
Well, I mean, this is ridiculous. And what do you mean the identical speech? You shouldn't be able to copy and paste the speech
but
for these two individuals. That's crazy to me.
that's what
And
makes me pissed. I wouldn't have, you know what, I'm not even gonna lie. No, Aaron, I'm not gonna lie today. I couldn't deal with it then, but it's
uh-huh.
even worse now because it's like you don't even believe in what the fuck he's saying. You don't even
Right.
genuinely stand with him, and you didn't really take this seriously at all. And that's what pissed me off. You got your
Hmm.
ass up here And as somebody that is what is he, a psychiatrist or a psychologist?
I don't think he is any of those things. I feel like people have said that. He just puts the doctor up there for his little show. I don't believe he's either one of those. I think he's just a talk show person. Are you looking it
See,
up?
I am. Because that's
Okay.
another thing that's gonna piss me off.
I don't think so. And so while you look that
Okay.
up, what'd you find?
He has a doctorate in clinical psychology,
Okay, he has it now. He has not always had that during him being
but
on his show.
he ceased on renewing his license to practice psychology in
Mm,
2006.
mm.
So I don't
That
know
was a
if
long
those
time ago.
documents are up to date,
They're not. I was
but
in high school. Jesus.
you're really pissing me the fuck off.
He just made it so much worse. Like, why would you say that? Why
And
would you
then
say that?
I told you he got on his story like afterwards and he made all this shit up, like his reasoning behind it.
Hmm.
What?
Loser.
I don't know. And I'm
Loser.
a loser, and I'm glad I unfollowed him. I'm glad I did. It had
I'm
to be
glad you did
done.
too.
But even more so, it's like you played in everybody's face. And honestly, if a few of you guys are voting for Trump, you should also be pissed off. Because he
Right,
played
because
in my face,
he
but he
lied.
played in yours too.
Exactly. He played in all those people's faces. That's the thing. It's like you came out and said this. Now why? I don't, I'm not getting it.
That's not my
You know
friend.
what? But that's another reason for Kamala to get Black excellence because she knew she had a feeling her spirit did not agree
Hmm.
with his. And she was like, no, I'm
Mm-mm.
not talking to him 25 times over, 25 plus, excuse me. She was
That's
like, nope, nope,
obsessive.
nope, nope, no. That's a lot of times. Honestly, it's harassment at this point.
25 times. He's
25
like,
times is
hey,
crazy.
hey, 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 hey. No, no, no. That's my last time I'm ever gonna do that, guys. That's
Good.
it. I'm done with him.
The end of an
Done with
era.
it. That's
You're
it.
really done. Not Shannon
I'm really
Bedore done,
done.
like done,
No,
done.
and not Brittany done. Like I'm done.
Done.
I am done. Like divorce. Like Teddy Millenkamp done.
Oh.
Mm. And
I
guys,
get
I
what you
want
were
to
going
say,
for. I just
okay, maybe not Teddy
Eddie.
Millenkamp, but like, who's somebody that was done?
I don't
Shit,
know. I don't know.
I can't really say anybody. Well,
We got
that's
it
that.
done.
Like Portia and Simon done. There you go.
Oh God. Yeah, that's
That's the
perfect.
done. Like
Hmm.
finish. But yeah, guys, on a positive note, that's all I have to say about that. I really just want to move forward with my life. And I want you guys to do the same. We don't have to talk about Dr. Phil anymore. We
We
can
won't.
find common ground in disliking this man and we could just be done with it because I don't like him anymore. I don't like it. Now, let's head to Love is Blind because I feel like
Oh
that's way
God.
more important.
It
Um,
is.
do you feel like, first off, I'll ask you, what would you rate this reunion?
I think I give it a 6.
Ooh, that's a good
Honestly, that
score.
feels generous. Right. I was gonna say 5, but then I gave it 6. But I changed my mind. I'm going with my first thought, 5.
Okay, because that was going to be my thought. Because I feel like, no, I didn't get everything I wanted, but the parts that I did get weren't bad. You know,
Really?
some of the stuff was pretty good. Like I did enjoy the back and forth between Alex and Tim. I just wish it was more.
Right. I feel like we spent a lot of time on some things that like didn't matter so much and not enough
Mhm.
on other things that we should have been hearing about. Like again, and it's Vanessa again. She's to blame, really. Because why are
Yeah.
you cutting Tim and Alex off, but you letting, I mean, Nick and Hannah and Marissa go for like 15 minutes, it felt like, you know?
A
What
long
is
ass
that
time.
about?
And Marissa, in my opinion, she didn't really have shit to talk about because
No. She
Ramses
kind
wasn't
of
responding to anything.
no, he knew. He was like,
He
I'm going into this reunion and I'm just gonna
even
because all I'm
told
gonna do
her,
is make it worse. Yeah.
yeah.
And so I was annoyed that she was like doing so much when it came to the Hannah and Nick thing. I was like, it's getting a little bit weird, you know?
My best friend. That's my best friend. And my best
In the
friend
whole world.
in the whole world. And I wouldn't do her like that. And she and you, my friends. That's all I got from that. Everybody's her fucking friend.
Just like Sheena, exactly.
Why do you
It's
have so many
embarrassing.
friends?
It was like you just met them,
It was
This is embarrassing for
disgusting.
you. Disgusting.
It was disgusting to say the least.
This is just obnoxious. I forgot what your original question was. I'm sorry. Did I answer it?
Oh my God, what did I say? Oh
I don't
yeah,
remember
it
how we
wasn't. It
went
wasn't.
up.
I asked you for the rating, but then I
Oh,
just got it.
I did answer it. Okay.
This is going so great already. Okay, so I asked you for the rating. I told you about Alice Tim and how I wanted more. I also I want to ask you, what do you think is the real reason they broke up?
They did not like each other. Alex did not. Okay. In the pods, because I think this is where it would have ended for me. Let's back it all the way up.
Mhm,
You cannot do this trauma dumping on me. It's just like a lot. It was a
mhm,
lot. I understand they're like getting to know each other. It's an accelerated thing, but you're doing that and then you're telling me that like I'm gonna be the daughter that like your parents no longer have or whatever. No, I'm not doing that. That's too much pressure. It's also weird because no,
mhm,
I'm not. I can't take their place. Like, no. I'm out. I'm out. But also, once they met, that barking really pissed her off. It really pissed her off. She was like, please don't do that. He continued. Um, and you know what else? Do you remember? I think in the pods, he said something, or maybe it was right after he was like, I am an immovable object. Like, I'm gonna get my, like, basically, it's my way or the highway. And
mhm.
he really is. He
We're
really
seeing it.
is. And like, don't tell me you're an immovable object. That's like a giant red flag to me. Like, okay, no, then
Mhm.
no, not gonna work.
And you're so right. That was my biggest problem with him in the first place. I felt like it wasn't really a partnership. It was
Mm-mm.
more so just like an agreement to kiss his ass and follow his lead. And the moment
Yes.
you don't do that, the contract is over, like you're done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And so I feel like that's whatever their first argument or
Hmm.
whatever, he was like, no, this isn't going to work because you did not react exactly the way that I wanted you to.
Yeah.
You called me a bitch nigga, and that is, that's it.
And granted, I was like, that's not the worst thing.
I mean, listen, it's going to happen from time to
It is. I'm like, okay. And I
time.
just felt like it was fair game. Like, I don't know. Maybe I need guys. Maybe I do need to go to therapy a little bit more.
I do.
Or at least start it, because I haven't even started it yet.
Listen, name calling is bad, but like, come on. If it bothered him that badly, then he should have been like, I cannot, this is it. Because he knew from that moment. He did. He just did. So just fucking end it. Don't go over here meeting my dad and writing little letters and making my dad cry. And then days later being like, no, this isn't working. And also, I never want to see your stupid face again.
And he really pissed me off because of the whole dishes thing. Like,
Oh my
oh,
God.
I cooked and you didn't wash the dishes that particular day. I'm like, man, all you did was put some chicken on the grill and open up some Publix sides. Like, you had Publix potato salad and you
Southern
had
style. Hmm.
Southern. That is the best one.
It
That's the
is.
best one.
Mhm.
And the Publix baked beans.
Yeah.
And I believe they only have one now because Publix rebranded their side selection.
God.
That happened recently. So
Right.
opening that up, that's all he had.
I mean, and it's just annoying. It's like that's one of those things about being married, right? Like if you want her to do the dishes, just ask her.
Right.
He also like wants everybody to be a mind reader, and that's just not a thing.
He's
Ask
like,
for what
you
you
should
want.
automatically know. You should be
Like,
a
no,
woman
she's
and
messy as hell.
just
She's not gonna do the dishes. Did you see her apartment? Does
I
that look like the apartment of a person that's like, oh, look at these dishes in the sink. I should wash those?
she didn't give a
No,
damn.
no.
She didn't give a damn. And I don't know. I'm like, that's a pretty modern place too. Don't they have a dishwasher?
Yes. Rinse those bitches off and throw them
And
in
put
there.
it, and that's
Why are
it.
we talking about it?
So no, Alex, you dodged a bullet, and I'm not gonna say she was perfect because I
No, she
definitely called
wasn't.
out her flaws at the beginning. Like, when I felt like putting your hand in somebody's face, I felt like
No,
that was a
don't
bit
do
much.
that.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
you don't do that, and like trying to cover his mouth. I thought that was a
Mm-mm.
bit weird, but she just wanted them to shut the fuck up. That's ultimately what it was. And it's an
She
unfortunate
did.
situation because it's like I get what she meant. She's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, no, no. Just
Right.
shh, shh,
Yeah,
be quiet.
but you can't do that.
You can't.
But I do understand it as well. You just have to be like, can you shut the fuck up a little bit? Because I don't
Just
want this to be a thing. Shut up.
I like to say, just let's wind down for a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Just bring it
Can
down.
we just bring it on down?
Bring it on down.
Down.
We're up here. We need to be all the way
We
down
need to be
here.
down here at like a 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
it. So yeah, it's a sad thing because I do believe they had I believe that they had potential.
Did you?
Yeah.
At
Like
what point?
in the beginning,
No, like before they got out of the pods and everything was when shit
maybe
was
a little
sweet.
bit after, aside from that little bark and shit that he was doing.
Disgusting.
I got that dog in me. What does that
Is he
mean?
a cute? Like what was that? Because I was just trying to
I'm a
understand.
dog. Sometimes I'm a dog.
Like
What?
stop.
Stop.
Stop it.
This is giving me like my dad or something. I don't know.
That's what
And I
I'm
felt
like.
like,
If you're doing that and you're not a cute, this then absolutely not. This is very weird. That's
can
the
we
only
just
way you can do that. And honestly, then it's like, okay, I get it, you know?
enough though?
Yes,
One
don't do
time
that.
per month. That's it.
Yeah.
Every two
So
months, actually. Every other.
once a quarter.
So, how did we feel about Hannah and Nick?
Oh God. They get on my nerves. Hannah, are you out of your mind going through this man's journal? And it pisses me off that like she even has me like defending like a man. You're going, why are you opening up his journal? I saw his I saw this notebook. And so I mean we kind of opened it up and we were looking through it like, what?
Kinda. Like you open that
What do
shit the
you
fuck up.
mean? You were licking your finger and flipping through the pages. I can see it now. They had glasses of wine and they were looking through that thing. Also, you're mad that he said he wants to be the most famous person. You quit your job to come here, girl. Don't do this. Don't do this. What was your goal?
That's what it,
Let me know.
yeah. That's my
Stop
exact
it.
thought. I was like, I don't understand what the big deal is. Ideally, if you audition for this show, you want to be on it, right?
Yeah.
So,
And you want to be famous because you went on TV. That's the whole point, isn't it?
yeah. And it's like,
You mad that he wrote it down? I'm confused.
I don't understand what she was getting at. And I thought she was just grasping for straws because
She was.
honestly, the only thing that she had that was kind of like halfway solid was him calling her a grenade and saying that she was
Oh my
ugly.
God. Yeah.
But from what I seen in the comments, y'all were telling me that she also said some shit about him.
She
So I'm
did.
like,
She was not pleased with how he looked. She was like, he said he looked like this and that, and he didn't. And so,
mm,
And it's like, okay, so you weren't happy either. It's fine. You know what else she did that was so annoying to me? It was like, and it's back to the grasping at straws thing.
mhm.
She like said a whole bunch of like nice stuff about Nick. And then he was like saying nice stuff about her. And she was like, thank you. And she's like, but you know, I saw you liking comments and stuff about people saying mean things about me. And, so why were you doing that? I would expect you to have my back. Like, why would you expect that? You treated him horribly. I would be liking those things too. Like, yeah, she did do that to me. She
You know
was being
what?
an asshole.
She is. She is a bitch.
She is
Bicch.
in that order.
And in that order. I do get what you're saying. Well, on a positive note, I wanted to say this. I think she looks great. I
Oh,
didn't
she
know
looks
that was her.
fantastic. No, she looks unrecognizable.
Hmm. So
So
I'm
good.
like, what happened between that time and now?
I feel like I read that she lost like 70 pounds or something crazy like that. And she like did try Ozempic, but she said it made her sick, so she didn't do that for long. And then she just like was working out and
I
eating
think
right.
it's more than that.
Some procedures,
Some
you think?
snaps.
Maybe so. Well, the world will never know
Yeah.
because
But
that's the story she told.
it looks great. It does look great. And I don't know. I just didn't care about her at all. Um, and I
No,
didn't feel any
they were
sympathy.
terrible. No, zero. Zero.
That's it. It doesn't matter how hard Marissa went, especially when I was like, girl, I could say a lot about what was going on with you in Ramses, especially when you were doing all that begging.
Okay. All that crying and carrying on. Ugh.
Now
I
that
hated that.
humiliated me.
Me too. I was screaming at the TV. I cannot stand that shit. I cannot.
Get
You are
up!
begging for this man. Yes. I was like, Marissa, cut out all that crying.
Get
Cut it
up!
out. Are you serious? Are you sure? Yes, bitch. Let me tell you something. Let somebody be like, I don't want you. I don't want this. Got it. I'm out of here. I'm not going to ask you if you're sure because you just said it to me. So
That's
obviously
and I
you're
get it.
sure.
And I listen, I understand when you care about somebody and when you love someone and when you're just like when you have this unhealthy attachment.
Hmm.
I get that. But to publicly do it,
No,
I would not do that.
no.
I would not
Oh my
do it.
God.
That's why it's like I wasn't so mad at her for actually doing it because I'm like, it's obvious that she has an unhealthy attachment style. But
Hmm.
to do that on camera is something quite different.
I,
I could
and
not do
he's
it.
no. And maybe that's also why she was upset 'cause she was just embarrassed and she's
Hmm.
lost control because it's like, I know you are not doing all this crying over this man who was like, I don't care if you're sick, like bust that shit open. I don't give a fuck. Like
That's what was crazy to
that, like,
me.
are you serious? This is your man, this is who you want to marry?
And he's like,
Uh-uh.
but yeah, like I understand that you're not feeling well. Like I'm not saying anything about that, but I just worry about like, is this how it's always gonna be? She's not
Like
always
when
gonna
I'm
be
sick,
fucking sick. Like, what are you
like
talking about?
no. And it's not like she's never like Marissa, I feel like is a little freak. Like she
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you guys have sex a lot, but yeah, there's going to be some times when she don't feel like it. That's going to be any person. What is wrong with you? I
That
hate
was,
him. I hate him.
that was
I'm
the
so
first thing.
mad.
There were so many factors to it because that was the first thing. Or was it the military thing? It was
Oh
either the
my God, that
military
pissed me
thing or
off
that.
too.
Because it's like, this is who this girl is. She can't change who she is. Why is it so much like, oh, we have to split up because we don't have the same beliefs. And I'm just like,
I
what are
don't
you talking
know.
about? Like, what
He
is
don't
going
even
on?
he don't even know because it's like she was talking a lot about that in the pods. And if you feel so strongly about this, you'd be like, oh no, this is a patriotic ass bitch. Like I'm not down
Mm-mm.
with that. And let
No,
her
he was
go.
twisting his locks up and he was like,
Oh my
I love
God.
this girl. And then you got out of the pods and it was the total opposite. Like, I just did not it was night and day. And then it was just so many other things too. Like, it just got to a point when he couldn't even put his finger on what was going on or what he didn't
Right.
like about her. He was just like, I just feel we're disconnected. And that's because
And
you disconnected. It's not her, you disconnected.
right, right. And he was like, I was talking to La Dallas and they said that, my ex was really hurt by the divorce and I didn't know that. Like, okay, what does that have to do with me? I'm confused. Why are you talking to me about that? What of course she was upset. It's a divorce. What does that have to do with me right now? I'm so confused. Like, do you want to get married to anybody? What is this?
At
What
that
are we
point,
doing?
I would have said something really nasty and they would have
Talk
cut my
about some
part
name
off.
calling, okay?
Yeah, they would have cut my scene off immediately. They would have been like, well, that was Aaron.
They're not
We'll
even
just
bleeping it out. They had to cut it out. No
just
one would
cut the
ever know
part
it
off.
happened.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we'll see him at the reunion. That's it.
And then
We might.
you're gonna try and repeat it there.
And
I
Vanessa's gonna be
noticed
like, no, 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 turn it off. He's done. He's done for the night. Don't even worry, guys. Leo, come on. It's your turn. Like, he pissed me off so bad, and his wife and all those people that he was talking to, they can just go to hell immediately. I don't care
Yeah,
about that.
I
And
don't
I know
care
her
either.
mom was just devastated, even worse, because she's like, I told you not to beg for a man. I told you
I
this.
specifically told you not to do this. And yeah, here you
And you
are.
did it.
Are you kidding me? I did not raise you this way. First of all, I told you that marriage is bullshit. And look,
She did.
what do we have here? I'm not even going to say I told you so, but look at my eyes.
She said it that whole time. And she didn't like him from the jump. She was
She
just
didn't.
like,
She
I
knew.
hate your hair. I hate your style. I hate what you represent. But hey, if she loves it, I'm with her.
She was so rude. She was so
And they're like,
rude.
Mom,
Oh
like,
my God. I'm embarrassed. Like you do not have to support any of this, but you do not have to be so rude. Are you kidding me?
she wasn't
Now
wrong.
after, no, she wasn't. So now he deserves it. But yeah, that was
A
crazy.
mother's
Do
love.
you yes. Do you think that was a secret reason that he called it off? He was like, I can't have that as a mother-in-law. I cannot do it. And I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to pick a bunch of other reasons and say that's why I can't marry you.
I do think that's one of the reasons. I do think that it played a factor because it's like clearly that probably hurt his feelings. It
Of
will hurt
course it did.
anybody's. Yeah, it will hurt anybody's feelings that you're being criticized like this on camera in front
Mhm.
of everybody. And the way she kind of just laughed in his face and kept it going, like,
So many
uh,
times.
then she's like, Marissa, do you have a prenup? Because do not be getting married and you don't have no fucking prenup. Like, she's like, I
Mhm.
hate that shit. I hate that shit. That's some shit I hate. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, she was like, don't piss me off, Marissa, because you already don't need to do this. But if
Yes.
you insist, I know one thing, you
You
better get
better
that
get
prenup.
that damn prenup. And Marissa's like, oh no, we love each other and that's gonna be enough. And she's like, Marissa, I done told you. They got done with that scene quick. Like after that, they moved on. Because there's
Shout out
nothing
to
more to
Marissa's
say.
mom. It's
Shout out to
not.
her because she was right about everything.
She is.
And
Yeah, your mom usually is. I know mine is.
here I
I know
am
she is.
criticizing her, but she
Mm-hmm.
was right the whole time. And
She
that's what I'm
was.
saying. I'm just gonna start letting my mom talk and say what she wants to say at this point in my life because I see there is some validity to everything she says.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So maybe I do understand Candy Burris a little bit. When she used to just let
No,
Mama Joy say
no, no,
whatever, like I do kind of understand because it's like
no,
it's
that's
gonna
an
play
exception.
out.
That's an exception to the rule. We're still waiting in that for that to play out. I don't.
Just let it happen. Um,
Oh, so maybe Ramses watches Real Housewives of Atlanta. He sees the dynamic between
Candy
Candy and Mama Joyce and how that goes with Todd. And he was
is like,
like,
nope,
that is not going to be my life. I
ever.
cannot, I will not do it.
He won't.
Okay. I'm glad we
Now,
talked it through.
during this whole time, like, okay, once we got to Leo,
Hmm.
I can't stand Leo. I was just like, I just don't like, I don't like the way he communicates. That's been my biggest problem with him from the jump. I hate the way he communicates. I hate the way he talks. And like, I understand thinking highly of yourself, but
Hmm.
it's a difference between that and just being like this asshole.
Yeah. And he's also just a weirdo.
Hmm.
Like, you can tell he has no personality. He leads with his money, which is gross. And it makes it even more annoying because he's like, I don't want someone who wants me for my money. But
Then what do
do you
they
see my
want you
Rolex?
for?
Do you right? That's why you have to lead with it because you know there's nothing else there, honey.
And he said
Nothing.
so much random shit like, oh yeah,
He's a
I was in
weirdo.
like Italy and I was on top of this building one day and they like told me to get down. So I like painted the side of the building. I climbed down and it's like,
I was like, okay. I just
okay,
asked you what you had for lunch today, so I'm not really sure how we got there, but cool. I feel like you just want me to know that you went to Italy. Got it. You
that's
traveled because
it.
you have the money to do it. Got it.
Hmm.
Absolute
And
weirdo. Why were they even at the reunion? Because why weren't they at the like anything? They didn't show up to the party with everybody else. So what was the point? Like,
because it didn't last long.
I know, but at least at like the that like 20s themed party where like the other pod people were there,
That
like
girl didn't
should
give a
have been
damn
there.
about them.
I
After
know, but
the
I
after
wanted
that
him.
Miami trip, she was like, I'm done with this shit. I'm tired
She
of
was
him.
pissed.
I'm tired of this show. Honestly, if this is what this show could do for me, I don't want it. And I would feel the same way.
She said I could have done better on my own. I don't need
And she
this.
did.
Did she? Who's
We're
she
talking about
dating?
Brittany, right?
I don't
Isn't
even
that her
remember her
name?
name.
Yeah.
I
She's
don't
the
remember her
whiny
name.
girl,
The little blonde one.
the one that was Leo's second option or first option. The one that
It
wasn't
was
Hannah.
between her and Hannah. Yeah,
Yeah.
the little blonde one. Mm-hmm.
But she's like, I'm talking to somebody now.
Oh, okay.
She
Well, see,
already
that just goes to
was.
show you I wasn't listening to her.
And
She
Leo's
already
like,
was.
I
I
believe it. Because
mean,
listen,
she should, because why would you be talking to Leo?
it's like we just decided that we would be friends and that was really good and that was good enough, as soon as we got on the trip. And then what really pissed me off was when Tim came to his defense. And I'm
Utter
like,
weirdo.
this fucking guy.
He was talking for so long about him too. Like, do you two just want to get married? That could be cute. I bet Leo would do the dishes. And if he didn't, he would pay somebody to do it because he has a lot of money in case you'd missed that. He's a stand-up guy and he
This
can
guy
rap. He can
here,
really rap. Like, what?
he's the best guy in the world. He like back in the day, we were on 106 and Park together, and he did the best freestyle Friday. Like, I mean, you guys wouldn't even believe it, but this guy right here, he's a stand. I would give him my kidney. Like, it was just ridiculous.
It's like, okay, Tim, did he promise you a trip to Miami too? Oh my God.
Maybe
Relax.
so. I think they would make a good couple, though.
I think so too. Let's just try and get that together and see what happens.
There's not really anything that I want to say about, oh, Stefan. He kept inserting himself in like every 5 minutes to say some shit because he is the one that really wants to be famous out of everybody.
He
It's
is.
very clear.
He was thinking about that for so long. He couldn't even keep it to himself. Because they're gonna be in our DMs. Our girls are gonna be like, "Hey, I want to suck your dick." Like, who is gonna say that?
I bet they're there now.
You
He
think
spoke
so?
that into existence because the one
Well,
thing that
good.
I
I'm
will
glad. I
say,
hope it was worth it.
he's a good looking guy. That I will not
Mm,
deny. There's something about him
mm.
that's, I don't know, and like I said, maybe because I need therapy, but there's something about him that I
The
kind of like.
the features are there, but like something is off for me. It's like not coming together.
Hmm.
At certain angles it does, but most of the time for me, it's like no.
Do you think he needs like, I don't know,
Maybe
like
a haircut. Maybe
maybe
it's
the
just like a
haircut?
different haircut. Hmm.
Because I did like, he looked more in touch with his roots at the reunion.
Yeah, he did. He did.
It's
He
like, it
probably
was
did
clear,
more
like, oh,
research.
you got a black barber, like,
Yeah, so
and
he's
they're
getting
taking
there.
that
He's
shit
getting
up.
there. Hmm. So
Hmm.
I think that probably would do the trick. We just need to like play around a little bit more.
Hmm. There's something about him. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Aaron's in love. Oh my God. You sent him a DM asking to suck his
I
dick.
did
It was
no, I did not.
you.
I would
Yes,
never
you
do.
did.
Now, let me
Oh
tell
my
you
God, that little
something.
smirk told it
I
all.
would never do anything like that because he would be the first person to say, guess what?
He
No,
would. He would.
no, absolutely not. And I talk way too much shit about him for that. He would definitely call me out. Um, but I just didn't think what he had to say was important. I didn't like that he gave his 2 cents
It
with
wasn't.
the Nick and Hannah situation. I really don't. I wanted to dive into the text messages. I'm like, well, let's read the
I
text
know.
messages. Like, why are
Why didn't we
we
have the screenshots?
the receipts, the proof, the timelines?
Oh God. Right. Because on the last season with that guy who like had a girlfriend or whatever, and they called him out there and they like put them up on the screen. So why didn't we have that here? I don't want to see a picture of him with shit stuck to his chest at the sleep study or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see the text messages.
And I
This is
just didn't get
again
it.
Vanessa.
I maybe it was just too much.
No.
Because Monica did say she was like, they were horrible.
Oh,
They
like you
were
think it was like
disgusting.
just too explicit.
Mhm.
What could it have been? I mean,
I mean, he was saying some wild shit like before then, so I could just imagine. Mm.
we're all adults here. Like, put them up on the screen. Put a
That's
little
how I
warning
felt.
if you
Like,
need.
let's go
Come
to
on.
Zeus if we need to,
Okay,
but
let's
put
take
these
it.
back.
He would love that. Oh my
I would love it
God.
too. So
Zeus,
I
give him
get
a
to
call.
see like what's really happening. Were there
Hmm.
pictures?
There was definitely pictures.
Vanessa, put them shits up on the screen and stop playing.
I
Like,
quit playing with us. Like,
go on Patreon or some shit like Robin and show us. And then, I don't know.
I would stop saying mean things about her if she did that. I
Yeah,
would.
I
At
wouldn't
least
blame her
until the
for
next
everything
season.
that's wrong in my life if she
Hmm.
actually did that.
But she
But
won't, so here we are.
aside from Stefan, who do we have left? Oh, Ashley and Tyler.
Oh, right. I'm like blocking them out at this point. She pissed me off so bad. Oh, my head.
She did. It's like everybody pissed me off on this reunion, but especially her. So much so to the point where I just fast forwarded because
Oh, you fast
she
forward.
she wasn't saying anything.
Well, she had a little attitude with us, and I didn't appreciate that. Yeah, who do you think knows more about the situation, social media or me?
Social
Social
media
media, because that's
because you
where
didn't
the
know
mother of those
shit.
children are there telling what actually happened, and your husband is lying to you still, idiot. You look so, you
She
look
looked
dumb. You are
dumb.
really dumb. Like,
And then they actually had like a Instagram video. I don't know if it was a TikTok or a little reel that she did with AD. So once
oh
she did
God.
that, I'm like, oh,
Whoa.
she's gonna bring it at the reunion. Like I thought she was gonna have something to say. You got on this reunion and you were hush about the whole situation. And you were just smiling like I support my man. And I'm just like, what
Just
kind
so
of money does
embarrassing.
this man have for you to be like this?
He don't have no money. She's just one of those girls that's desperate for marriage and will just be like, "You want to marry me? Okay, let's go." Like it is not that serious ever.
Do you
This
think
is a once in a lifetime love. Like no, it's actually not. There's so many guys out there like him. There's so many.
and they'll lie worse
They will.
if you're
Maybe
into
that's
that
why
whole
she
thing.
was like, "This, I guess, is not so bad. Well, I'll just take him. Ring me up."
Do you think that Vanessa paid them to stay together?
No, Ashley is dumb. She doesn't need to be paid for that.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
I
I
think
feel
they
so
paid
bad.
Vanessa to not ask the hard-hitting questions because she needed to ask some more follow-ups. Why would you say they didn't know what you look like? Why would you say that?
Oh
They're going
my
to watch this one day.
gosh.
What are they going to think when you're denying them and lying? Also, why haven't you seen them in a year? Why did you abandon those kids the way that you did?
Because he said those aren't his
Ashley,
kids.
you feel comfortable? And why didn't you say that the twins that you had after the first one were conceived naturally? So you had sex with that woman and she got pregnant and had those because those are your kids. You created
See,
those the old fashioned way. So what do you have to say about that?
but
That's
the
what I have
microphone
done.
point, you answer it. But see, this is why we need another host because she's not getting in their ass like that. And I don't know if it's to save face because then the more that comes out, she kind of looks shitty because they're not
Mm-hmm.
vetting these people like how they're supposed to vet them.
Yeah,
Hence, why they keep
good point.
talking about, oh, we're not the police. I didn't say you were the police. You don't have to be the fucking police to know the obvious of what's going on. It just takes like a simple search.
Right. Also, it's like, what do you mean the police? I think you're thinking of a detective. Um, and
That was
because what do the
weird.
police really do? But yeah, what a stupid thing to say. I think you're right though. That's a really good point. It just is gonna make them look bad because they were already only
Mhm.
down to those last two couples. And the last couple of seasons have been like that. Like
Oh my gosh.
we're not doing a good job.
And there's nothing even to say about Taylor and Garrett, if you're wondering. I don't have
Yes,
anything to
there
say
is.
about them. Oh.
Because why did you grow your hair out like that? Why did you do that? And Taylor, why did you sat
You
there
don't
and
like
like,
it?
no, I hate it. I think he looks terrible. He needs to
Oh my
cut that shit
gosh.
off.
I actually thought that it made him look better.
Oh,
Oh,
I I
well, I guess
disagree.
not. Let's make a petition to get it cut off.
I don't care. I don't have to see him ever again like Tim.
Taylor does.
Taylor's the one that has to,
She loves it. She motivated it. I already knew
perfect.
that was her. That was gonna be her thing. I knew
Yeah.
she was gonna be like, yeah. She's fishing with them. Nets, they're gonna be in Bass Pro Shop. That's just how it is. But yeah, that's Love is Blind, guys. I don't really have too much else to say. It was just a failure, a disappointment. Next season, make sure you vet the people. Like I said,
They didn't vet those people. And then they had the nerve to have them in the crowd. I have something else to say, actually,
oh,
because
mhm.
like all the little sideshow things, I don't need people from past seasons up here. Let's
Thank you.
focus on this season. I do not, that's like something completely different. Leave that for like Instagram content. You know what I mean? We don't need to talk to AD. We don't need to talk to Marshall. We don't need to talk to Zach and
Because
Bliss.
why the hell is Marshall
Jessica,
there?
are you kidding me? No.
Like, I understood, what's their name? The one that just had the baby.
Zach and Bliss, because they had the first baby.
Yeah,
My
I
God, that's
understood
such
that
a hard on
because
for that.
they wanted to show off that, like, see, we have a married couple. They have a kid. They have a baby. This
It does
works.
work.
It does work. It's not
Hmm.
us.
Hmm.
It's like you
It's
see
y'all.
them. Y'all see
Yeah.
them?
Hmm.
That's
You
us.
see that baby? We did that.
We did that. And she's like,
What
if
did I
next
say?
season of Love is Blind fails, that baby is up for adoption. Like we're sacrificing the baby.
Oh,
I feel like
but for
men
real,
with black coats are just gonna come in and take their baby
be like those people from Squid Games. They're just gonna come in.
and just snatch that baby up, and that's gonna be that.
Hmm. I
Uh,
agree.
any more thoughts on Love is Blind?
No, they piss me off. No, I'm done. I'm
I
done.
agree. That's all I had to say. I was trying to make sure I didn't forget anybody. Yeah, that's it.
That was all the couples. I think we hit them.
Yeah, we hit him with a
Hmm.
truck
And I backed over it.
and
Can you
backed
hear it?
over it. Now, what else did I say we were getting into today?
Meg Thee
Uh,
Stallion and Love After Lockup.
okay, yes. Thank you, Raven, because you know I be forgetting shit. Now, Meg Thee
My pleasure.
Stallion has a documentary. It's called Meg Thee Stallion in Her Words. I love this. I thought it was very personal.
Hmm.
Um, I honestly did not expect her to have so much footage because I'm
Yeah.
like, when did you start recording? Like you started like when your career started, really.
Yeah. And I think that's so cool for people to like have the foresight to
Hmm.
do stuff like that. And it makes me wonder like how many people do that and then they just don't get famous and then they just have this footage for like years and
Forever.
you know what I mean? Because like Kanye did this and he just has all of that. Like he had that whole series or whatever. So I think it's cool.
It
I really
is.
enjoyed it.
But how are you paying this camera crew?
I don't know. Maybe that's like an IOU once I make it big. I got you.
Maybe. Yeah.
And it'll be on Netflix or Prime or something like that. And you will be in those credits.
And
Okay.
if you don't make it, then
I mean, you got
you're
the
fucked.
practice, right? You can put that on your resume. We can say this is an internship, whatever you want.
But she did. She had the scenes, and it's something that I probably wouldn't do because I doubt myself constantly. I'm just like,
Same. I'd be like, forget it. I'm gonna fail anyway. Like, don't.
I don't want to record this because I don't want to humiliate myself and have to look at it. Because
Oh
then
my
it's going to
God.
be so much worse and I'm going to hate me.
It's
I
just
don't
gonna
want to,
haunt you. You just see like a stack of tapes over there. What a stack of tapes? Like it's
I
fucking
would burn them.
VHS. Oh,
I would do it bad. because I'm not doing it. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with that disappointment. But
No,
this
I don't.
was so nice because I just loved I loved how she talked about her mom, and we're finding out things about her mom too. I kind of knew just based off of some interviews that I seen with her that her mom was also into rap and that she
Hmm.
used to freestyle and spit. So I was familiar with that, but just seeing how hands-on her mom was with her
Yeah,
dance routines, with her image, with her sound, with her raps, just her whole career is kind of crazy seeing how she lost that.
I know because, like you said, she was so involved with every
Hmm.
part of it. And Megan really looked to her for, like, okay, well, what should I do with this? What should I do with that? Like, I'm just gonna follow your lead. And then to lose her, I don't know how the fact that she kept going, like
Hmm.
that alone, because I would not be able to do it. And I just feel, and then it's like she just blew up so quickly after that too.
Yeah.
And for her mom to like not be here, ugh, it's so sad.
It breaks your heart. Like
It does.
honestly,
Like I could cry again. That makes me so
I
sad for
was
her.
crying.
Ugh, I hate it
And I
that
even
she,
heard,
the whole
yeah.
thing, but not the documentary. The documentary is excellent, and I love her.
Yeah. Yeah, that was that it was really good. And then after that, just seeing how she was just disappointed and going through it. And I don't know, I kind of sympathize with that. I know a lot of people were quick to be like, "Oh, she was using sets to like I guess make her feel better," which she expressed in the documentary. She was drinking, she was
Yeah, which
going out, she was partying, which is
I don't
normal.
think that's
Like,
so like out of the ordinary. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, of course she was doing that. Fuck
And
off, whoever's criticizing her
mhm.
for that. Shut up.
And everybody copes differently. That's what I don't get
Yeah.
when people say all that stuff. But I'm really glad that she also pulled all the interviews of men talking about her so negatively
Hmm.
because that was really weird to see men be like, oh, she keeps sexualizing her raps and her music. Everything is about money and sets and men's and drinking and all this stuff. And I'm just like, have you heard male rap? Like, I don't
That's what y'all
understand.
do. It's just like, how dare she? It's filth. It's filth. We don't want to hear women talking about. Shut up.
It's
Shut up.
ridiculous.
It
Like,
doesn't make, and they just cannot see like the hypocrisy there is wild.
they
It's
can't.
wild.
And I've
Ugh.
seen men even say like, oh, well, women need to set a better example for men. Men are just men. And I'm
It's
like,
like,
what does that
what?
even mean? What does
They
that
don't know.
mean?
They just be saying stuff. They have
That
no
shit
idea.
is
So
crazy.
you mean you're just like you no expectations for you to like do it? What does that mean? Explain it. Give me 5 sentences. They can't.
They can't do it. They just can't do
That
it.
make me so mad. There was a moment in there when she just like she was having a bad day, and it was after the Tory thing, but before the trial, maybe she was on tour or something, and she just like came home and like flopped down in her bed, and she was like, everybody hates me. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
because I have felt like that before, and I'm like, who am I? She has like millions of people following her and literally in her
Hmm.
comments being like, I hate you, bitch, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, that is so, I could not, I could not deal with that
And they
shit. I
were
could
saying
not. That would
the
take me out. Oh, you should have aimed for your
mhm.
head. What? What is wrong with people? What do
Like
you
that
mean?
was crazy to me. And the fact that she just put that in her documentary, I love that to show how crazy these people are because I feel like a lot of people don't even understand how much shit she got during that particular time in her life.
Right.
And
It was insane.
it was weird
I
as
knew it
hell.
was bad, but yeah, she really showed. I didn't. Oh my God. And you know what else I didn't think about that she pointed out? when you have all those people being like, oh, he should have just killed you and whatever, I would not be doing no shows. Okay.
Hmm.
Because her being scared, like, well, I don't know who's here. I don't know who's going to try and do something to me. People are crazy, you know? So that right there, that alone, I'd be like, nope, cancel everything. I'm actually going to disappear. No one's ever going to see me
Me
again. How
too.
about that? How about that?
But when it's bills to be paid, you
That's
gotta do what
true.
you have to do. Because
That
you
is so
have all
true.
these people that you have to pay back when you're starting off. You have this team, you have the stage, you have the arena. It's like
I
it's
have to run
so
away.
much. Yeah, you have to just run away from your problems and change your name. And
Because
then
I'm
you
not getting
have
up there and no. How
right.
am I supposed to shake my ass at a time like this? I'm not doing it.
It's impossible, I feel. Well, so I
She's
thought
incredible.
because she
Yeah,
did it.
I don't know how she did it. Amazing. Could never be me.
And she just keeps getting badder and badder and badder. And
She
that's the
does.
shit that
Oh, I
blows
love
my
it.
mind. It's like she just looks better and better and better, and her music just sounds better and better. Um, Even towards the I say the middle, like to or towards the end of the documentary, we're seeing scenes of her and Kelsey and how close they were too, which is
Ooh,
crazy because and I don't understand their dynamic because I know a lot of people were like, oh, well, she was messing around with Tori first, and then she found out that Meg was messing around with them. And regardless of the fact, whatever the
I don't
case may
care.
be, I don't care about that. That's not enough that's going to make me switch out on my friend.
No,
It's
no,
not.
because it's like you still love her. You do. Whether, if she did this thing and that's a shitty thing to do, Um, but
Hmm.
like she said, I wouldn't, I'm still gonna tell on you, okay? Because you
Yeah,
shot her and that's a crazy thing to do, period. I'm
correct.
so tired of people acting like that was a normal reaction. I don't care what happened between the three of them. You don't get to just go shooting people. That's insane.
It was too
No.
much. It was too much. And I just don't understand why people don't get that. And then on top of that, this guy wasn't even sympathetic because we're being shown like literally everything in this documentary, by the way,
Oh,
guys. They even
yes.
show the video of him, like his music video, where he's like in this deli slicing horse legs or slicing like
I
big ass
forgot about
chicken
that.
thighs or some shit
Yep.
like that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it's like supposed to be horse meat. Like I don't even know what that was. It was very disturbing, to say the least.
And it's like that's how you know he really thought like he was untouchable and he was not getting caught for this. Like he was just gonna walk
And he
free,
got
no
touched.
consequences. Yes. And thank God. Aha, like I'm laughing at you. What was
I'm
it, 10
very happy.
years?
I'm very
Yeah,
happy. And a lot of people are also saying, she lied to Gail King, uh,
whatever.
which
I don't
same.
care. Yeah, why would
Like
I admit to that? This is
I'm not gonna
embarrassing.
get it.
We all
Yeah.
have somebody that we have slept with at some point in our life that's like, no, no, I didn't know. Absolutely not.
I
The
would
only way I'm going to tell the
never.
truth is on the stand, which is what she did. She was like, okay, you got me there.
Because I
Yeah,
gotta
I did do that.
you
But
said Bible, like,
yeah.
oh,
Oh,
like
perjury? No, no. Okay. I did.
I did.
But
It was just one,
what
two,
does
three,
that
four,
have to
five,
do with
six
anything?
times.
Yeah,
That's
like she
it.
said, well, how is this relevant to what we're talking about? Why is this being brought up?
It was ridiculous. And I don't understand why people don't get that. Um, she's still a victim. It doesn't matter if she lied that time. It doesn't matter if she's doing things that you don't agree with, if she's moving the way that you don't like, if you support somebody else. Like, it does not, none of that matters. She's still a victim. She still got shot. She still owed some form of respect. And I just don't
Hmm.
understand why people don't see that. And then this goes into a whole separate thing when it comes to like protecting black women because I see that being brought to
Hmm.
the forefront so many times, but when it's time to protect black women, it's crazy to see that black men are tearing her down, black
Hmm.
women that are constantly saying protect black women are tearing her down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing a bit of it all.
Yeah, and that's one of those things where it's like, oh, it's just like a cool thing for you to like say it on the internet, but when it's time to put it in practice, you're like, uh-uh.
Mm,
And I just don't get, I'll never understand it. I will never
I
understand
won't.
it.
I don't. I don't.
You just hate black women.
It's
We
very
already knew
strange to
that,
me.
didn't we? We already knew that.
And I think we've seen based off of how people spoke about this particular situation, not even having the facts, not even having any evidence. They were so
Mhm.
quick to just be like, no, what did she do? She got shot. She didn't shoot anybody. She got shot.
She actually
Why did
didn't
she
do
do?
anything.
What did she do? And it's
Like
like it's
what?
so I can't.
Again, you don't get to just
Guys,
shoot people, and it pisses me off so bad because it's
it
like you,
does
if it was you, you would want someone you would not want to be treated this way.
at all. Or somebody that you're
Just
close to, like a loved one. You wouldn't want your mom to
exactly.
be treated that way. You wouldn't want your sisters to be treated that way.
Exactly. And it's so annoying that you even have to like take it to that level for people to get it. You
Yeah.
know how people are like, I have a mother, I have a daughter, I have a wife, so I don't want, you know what I mean? It's like, why does it even have to go there?
You should
This is
just
a person.
be a human being and understand
Yes.
that like that was
You can't just be
wrong.
decent. Right.
That's it. But
I
guys,
hate people.
go check that documentary out because it's I just talking about it is pissing me the hell off.
Me
But
too.
just seeing how she comes out on top at the end and how emotional she gets and how she goes even harder, it's definitely something that's very motivational,
Hmm. Inspiring for sure. It's like if
inspiring.
she can get through that, bitch,
You could get through
I
anything.
can't. Exactly.
You could get through
Exactly.
anything. So seeing
Mhm.
how strong she is, like I just admire the hell out of her. And that's a good ass mixtape too. So make sure
Yes.
you guys stream that as well. Very good. Very, very good.
Ooh.
Mm, that just done pissed me off. So
You know,
now, what were you gonna say?
do you know sometimes when you're like, this might just be me, and again, therapy needed. Um, when you like want to be mad or like you want to get riled up, like that is something that you could watch. Also, if you want to cry, it's all of that in one.
It
If you need to
is.
feel something,
Because
you
it
should watch it.
definitely, I was just like, I wasn't even expecting to get emotional with that, but I'm like, damn, like already.
Yeah, it was a roller coaster of emotions. So
And the
just
animations didn't
that.
make it any better.
Oh God, the animations. I told you.
It's too much.
I was not expecting that. And at the beginning, I was like, oh no, don't do this to me. Do not do this. What am
Yeah,
I watching?
but they
But
did it.
it was okay. It was okay.
They
I
did it pretty
understood by the
good.
end.
Like,
It
yeah, by
wasn't too
the
much.
yeah, because I was expecting it to be like overwhelming, but it
Yeah.
wasn't. Like, it was good, and I felt like it captured just a lot of the things that we obviously didn't get a chance to see, just to give you that feel of emotion. Because I think it's a lot better sometimes when you see certain things
Yeah.
to understand like this is how she felt at that particular time. This is what how it happened in her mind.
Yeah, that's true. Like a reenactment. I always love those. And like the one when like the courtroom was like filling up with tears. I was like, oh, huh,
Ugh,
okay.
she about to
I'm with you
drown.
here. She was. She
She's about to
was.
drown in it. Okay, but guys, Love After Lockup.
Okay.
It's been going on. I got Raven to catch up. Now she's
Mm-hmm.
all caught up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get the most boring couple out of the way. Melissa and Louie.
They just came out of no. So I don't know them. And is it because I didn't watch like their season of Love After Lockup or something? Or did they just drop them in there? I was like, who is this? I don't know these people,
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter. I actually don't care
it
because
doesn't because it's boring. It really doesn't matter.
hmm
They actually were on the season before last, I want to say. I never know. It was like two
I know
seasons
it's
ago because I
confusing.
get Life After Lockup, Love After Lockup. I just don't know what we're watching at this point, but I can say that
Hmm.
they were on before. And his whole thing was he didn't have a job at the time. He got a job at the pizza shop. Um, she was like, okay, now you have a job. Then she's like, oh, you're spending all your time at the pizza shop. That's not a real job. It's
It's
just so
like,
many things.
girl,
She's never gonna be happy.
no, she's not. It's like this man is making an honest living. You said you wanted a 2 carat diamond. What do you want him to do?
And he
The
got
pizza
it.
shop only pays so much. I mean, he said he paid like $16,000 or
And
something.
I thought that was
Everything that he
crazy.
had saved,
His
like, that's not
savings,
smart. That's not smart.
the
It's
way I would
it's
have
savings for a reason.
took that shit back and left her ass.
Okay? I'm not spending no, no.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. I don't wanna I would not want to do that. But that's them. I don't know what's gonna happen. She's upset because now he's working as a trainer and it's taking up a big bulk of his time. And I hope that his training business is successful because honestly, I want so much better for him.
He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, he does. But that's the Michael and Justine.
Oh, I'm so mad. I'm fired up. Let me sit up straight. Michael has pissed me off left and right. He pissed me clean off. Number one, the
True.
vasectomy thing. Okay. So Justine is pregnant and this is super high risk and it's really dangerous. And the doctor's like, so what are we going to do to make sure that you don't get pregnant again? Because this is like life threatening at this point. So vasectomy or this? And he's like, well, why can't you just get your tubes tied or whatever? They're already down there. Like, no, you know what? I already had these babies. I think the least you could do is get a vasectomy. He's like, well, I just want to make sure everything works properly. Do a quick Google, you idiot. I feel like you don't understand what this
Hmm.
procedure even is. Like she said, it's like you getting your eyebrows done. Like, just go do that.
Not you getting
Okay?
your eyebrows done.
She said it.
I think I understand his concerns, but another thing is, why don't you guys just use condoms?
I don't know. Him and Ramses are probably on the same. He don't like condom sex.
You don't like condoms.
Doesn't
You like
don't like it.
babies?
That's
You
the
like
follow
having
up
all those
question,
babies? Like
right?
I I just don't understand
Because
it
that's
with
too many kids between y'all. This is getting ridiculous now.
it's too many. That's what I'm
Come
saying.
on.
On her end, I am kind of pissed off with her a little bit because I'm just like, girl, this is your life. Like you
Yeah, I
have
mean,
enough kids, you're gonna be
so
fine.
many.
Adopt if you want another one.
Right, but don't do this to
It's
your
not worth.
body. It's crazy.
It's crazy. You're risking your life. Not only that, if something happens to you, now your kids are left without a mother. So
Right.
you have
And
to think about,
you don't want them to go with your husband. That's crazy. You need to get a divorce.
I
The
think,
fact that she like I want them to go to my daughter is wild. I don't disagree with her. I'm
yeah,
just saying if that's how you feel, you probably shouldn't be married to him.
I think she wanted one of her sons though, to be fair. I think it was the
The
one
autistic
the
one.
autistic one. She wanted him to go with his sister because she felt like she has more patience. And
Yeah.
she's very familiar with him because that's her brother, you know. Um So I mean, I kind of understood that, but this obviously pissed Michael off because he's like,
Yeah.
"Well, you don't trust me with the kids?" Like,
No.
no,
No. You just punched the wall. You
clean
got
through.
mad at my son and you said to him out of your mouth, just because you get upset doesn't mean you get to break stuff. And then you turned right around and punched a hole clean through the wall. Now, like, tell me how that makes
What
sense.
did that show him?
That's very confusing. Can you understand how that might be confusing to a
Yeah,
child? You just did what you told me not to do, like literally right after you said it.
and he thought that was okay. That's the thing that really got me. And I don't know. I'm like, if
Well,
this
I'm
was
mad. Huh?
another situation, I don't know. I kind of like that, but it's just like
Oh
in front of
God,
the
Aaron.
in
Therapy,
front of the
please.
kids.
Therapy.
Like, why would you do this in front of the kids? Like
He
to
has
be
no control over his
pissed off and
emotions.
punch a hole in the wall and then get that shit fixed because that's what you're going to do if you do some shit like
No,
that.
I'm not just gonna have a hole in one of my walls in my
Yeah.
house. That's ridiculous.
Well, that would be like, oh, he's nothing to play with. Like
No, you
he's
are
nothing
not
to
punching a
fucking play
hole.
with.
Oh my God. I don't know what I would do. I really don't. Because I feel like that's threatening to me at this
It's
point. Why are you
toxic.
punching it? Yeah, I don't like that. You got to
It is.
regulate
I
your
don't
emotions. You
either.
are not a
I
child.
I do not like that.
Yes, you do. Look at you. You're
I hate it.
smiling. I can see all of your teeth.
I I hate stuff like that. Well, I mean, I get it because it's like I haven't punched a hole in the wall, but I've definitely slammed some shit down before and gotten pissed off. I think it's like
Oh
it's
yeah,
common. And
slam a
I need
door.
therapy. I do. I know it. I know it by now. But it's like, you know, I just thought that was unnecessary in front of kids because now they're scared as hell. Like
Yes, they are. They
they took
are.
the TVs out of their room too.
I
I was like,
mean, that's
valid
fine. Yeah, I've had the TV taken out of my room a time or two.
a
Okay.
thousand
My
times.
mom was like, taking this, taking that, hand it over, give me the phone, everything.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I would love to know, Raven.
oh.
You seem like you were such a good child, though.
I was. I wasn't the only thing I was getting in trouble for was my grades. That's it. I just didn't care
Same.
about school. And so I could do well if but I was just lazy. I wasn't applying myself.
Yeah.
And my mom did not appreciate that, you know? She's like, this don't make no sense. Look at I did really well apparently on my SATs and stuff. And she's like, it's not adding up. You can do it. And
You
I'm like,
could
I
do
didn't say
better.
I couldn't. I just didn't want
Didn't wanna. And you get
to.
pissed off. I would get in trouble for lying all the time. Because I would get bad grades, but I would lie about it. And I would be like, oh, I didn't get my report card.
The progress reports are
The
delayed. They didn't give them to us.
They
They
didn't
didn't
give
give
it
them
to
to
us today. I'm sorry. Because I wanted 3 more days to like play my game or do whatever I was
Right.
doing. I'm like, before I get in trouble, I need to
You're like,
really live it the
oh,
fuck up for these next
okay.
3 days.
One Tree Hill comes on Wednesday. I gotta watch that.
See, my
After
shit
that,
was Degrassi. And she
that
literally
too.
blocked it on my TV.
Oh
Where I
no.
That's when I hated DirecTV, but shout out to them because I love them now. They're the absolute best. But guys, when you used to do that thing to the child lock, I used to hate that. Could not see Adult Swim.
Oh, but we deserved it. You
Did we?
know, these kids, yes.
You're right. Because these
Yes,
kids
I
now
should have.
are,
They can't do it though. They have apps and stuff. They be sending emails directly to the parents. You can't even lie or
yeah,
try and like, there's, oof,
they're like, nope.
hate that.
Hey, they're on the phone right now.
You're
Go
like,
get
what?
them.
Oh
Go
my
get them. Go take that phone away. They got another one.
God. Yeah, they're figuring something out. Anyway,
Okay, who's another boring couple that we have? Bianca
Marissa
and
and Tanny.
Daniel.
Bianca is the drunk girl.
Yeah, she's the one that's
She
from
won't stop drinking.
Dania. She's literally from where I used to live.
Oh my
And it
God.
broke my heart. I'm like, not you being from Broward County and doing this weird shit. She's so weird to me.
I do not like that girl. You know, I don't get her. I can't even form a sentence. Like, the man has been very clear. Him, his parents, you can't drink around him
Mhm.
because he can get triggered if he has one drink, then he's gonna just spiral. He's gonna start doing drugs. He's gonna be right back in prison. What's confusing about that? She's like, actually, I don't care because sometimes I need a vodka grand because I'm young. And so I
And
don't really know what you expect from me.
it's very strange though,
What?
because before this, she was not drinking like that. Like she was just a
No.
normal girl showing us her wallpaper in her bedroom. And Like all of a sudden, she's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm talking to this inmate, and I'm about to move across the country to be with him, and I'm gonna rent this Airbnb out, and that's where we're gonna live until he gets his shit together." And I'm like, "What fantasy world do you live in where this guy is gonna get out of jail and just get a job and just like have all the things?"
I don't know. It's like you never watched the show before. Like this is not how it happened.
It's
People who've not been
strange.
in prison have a hard time finding a job now. Like you
Hello,
what? And
and
he
I
has
can
to
tell
say,
you a little
yes, I've been
something about
convicted of a
that.
felony.
Listen,
Yeah.
I had to sit up
So
for that one. That is very true. And as soon as a man tells me that he can't give me a glass of water, that's the relationship.
she's
It's
like,
over. He's like, get it
give me
yourself.
a
You
cup
got
of
two
coffee.
legs, get it yourself. A
That
cup of
was weird.
water?
That was weird. Like, but
Damn.
you just made me a whole breakfast and you forgot the drink. That's a part of the meal.
And I got
Um,
this whole Airbnb and you're living in it and you can't even get me a glass of water.
no. And he said, don't do that to me.
And that was crazy.
Don't do
I would
that.
have been like, get the fuck out.
You're out of
The fuck
here.
out. Who used to do that all the time?
Well,
From
Gordon
previous
Ramsay does it a lot in his
from
kitchen. He'd be like, get out.
Lindsay. No,
Oh,
Lindsay. The fuck
yes.
out. The fuck out of my house.
She was what's name?
Every little thing he would
Blank.
do that pissed her off.
Get out.
The fuck out of my house. Right now.
Okay, because listen, you're not gonna keep kicking me out of this house because I don't feel comfortable now.
He has to go
She,
though.
no, he does, but like this isn't gonna work. They gotta break up because you got drunk before meeting up with his parents, him and his parents. You somehow roped his cousin into it, which was weird. You sitting there telling him, the foreplay, he's not doing it. He just wants to stick it
That
right
was
in.
his
Like
cousin?
this, yes,
I thought that was his
that's his
brother.
cousin.
Okay.
This is inappropriate. He doesn't want to hear about it. He said he also wants to just stick it right in. So, wrong audience. And what are we doing here? And you're mad that the man won't kiss you. You have alcohol on you. What's not clicking?
You know what I think? I think her and his cousin fucked.
I
Or I
wouldn't
think
put it past him.
something's gonna happen
If it
between
hasn't
them.
happened yet. Mm-hmm.
It felt like she had more of a connection with him than the actual guy that she was with.
I agree.
And that's what was so weird because he drinks too. Like he was kind of throwing those shits back a little bit too.
She was having a great time with him. It looked like a first date, and they were
Hmm.
having so much fun. She's like, I want a green tea shot. Do you want one? And he's like, I don't normally drink like this. I normally have one beer. And he's like,
Sure.
he's going drink for drink with her.
And then the parents always walk in like they're about to see a stage play or some shit, and they're like, "You're drinking?" Like they always catch her drinking. It's so funny. Like every
Stepdad
episode, they're like,
hates her.
they just walk in and they're like, "There she is, right at the bar." There has to be one bar in town, and it literally must be across the street from their house. Because every
He was like,
time
oh. And the mom was like, you dumb bitch. You knew we were coming. What? And she didn't say it like that, but that's what she wanted to say. What are you doing?
she did not care. She's like,
She was like, oh, this is
I'm having a
bad.
drink. Shit, what does it look like? And then he questions her. He's like, do you have a drinking problem? And I just don't
So
like
funny.
how he talks to her either. Like, I get she is definitely a problem. I
Oh my
understand it.
God. Yes, she is.
But
She
he's
is the
like,
problem.
I wanted to
You guys
bring it to
holier
you
than thou.
first. Do you have the drinking problem? Did you say you have a drinking problem? I would have been like, listen, you're a fucking convict and you just got out of prison.
So don't talk
So
to me
let's
about
slow
problems,
down.
okay? Okay.
I can drink whatever the hell I want to drink.
That's what she said. And he was like, what if I said, okay, well, now I want a shot? She's like, do a shot.
See, and
In
that's the
front of his
problem.
parents. Like, girl, no, wrong
He's
answer.
going, and he's literally, you could tell he's itching. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
tell me the wrong thing so I could
Mm-hmm.
go do drugs right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell me if you whisper it, I'll get up right now and go
I'll
do
do it.
it. And she's just like, well, I'm not trying to make you do that. So I don't know what's gonna happen with them. I know the parents are so tired of her.
They hate her, especially that stepdad. He's what did he asked her if she was mentally stable? The answer is no.
Nope,
Um,
nope.
so
She's not. Anybody that does that, you got up, you moved across the country for somebody that you've never met like that.
it's crazy. Like, why
It's
did you do
insane.
that? Why didn't you just keep your house?
And then
If
she's like,
out, you go there for a little bit, hang out, go back home, come back, check in on him. Like,
they
because
don't
you
do
don't have a
that.
job. Right. How much money does she have? That's what I want to know.
Because
How
she
much
had
money did
enough
she get from that?
to literally go across and rent this shit out for like a month, like a few months.
And she's been sending him money for quite some time as well.
What does she do?
She doesn't do anything. She got money from that accident.
Mm.
And she
Damn,
said,
they
I'm
must
not going to
have.
say how much, but he knows how much. And I'm like, well, you idiot. Why
Well,
would
tell
you tell him
us.
how much money you got from that?
No wonder he's like, oh, I can't stand that. But
Right. She's
hey,
got the money. So I'm going to do this for as long as I can handle it.
you know who really pissed me off though?
Who?
Kirok and Brittany. Cause why in the
Why?
fuck would you what why would you get your family? That's the thing that pissed me off the most. You
Yes.
riled your mom up and you riled your family up and you were like, guys, I'm moving to Texas. Like,
We're
get
all
up.
going to
We're
Texas.
all going to Texas. And you know, her mom's like the mom's like, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. We gotta go. We gotta go right now.
Hmm.
And then he's like, "Oh yeah, we're all gonna move." Brittany's excited. Brittany's like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait." Come to find out, they can't do shit.
Neither one of them can.
Neither one of them
Like,
can.
I'm sorry. Why didn't we check this first before telling everybody we're gonna move? We get to move. The state of Texas said, you're not coming over here. No.
That shit was crazy as hell. And his mom's just looking at him like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why would you do this? Why would you not check with your parole officer first before we did any of this?
That's
I
the
don't understand
question.
if they did that for a storyline or if they're just that dumb.
I think they are dumb. I do.
And even
They're
with
those
Brittany,
people that are always that are like they don't do any research, any planning, a plan B, never heard of it.
you know,
They're like, "Oh, it's just going to work out." Like things don't just work out. You have to make a plan and you have to check and make sure that you can do things. People who are not on parole have to do that. So again, you have to super do it because you can't just move around freely
and it's
across state
clear
lines.
that he didn't think about it, and neither did Brittany, because I would expect her ass to be like, you know what, babe, we have to at least know for sure that we can
Yeah.
go. Because even she's like, oh, my parole officer told me I can't go. So you can't even go either. And now she's
And
like,
then you're
well,
mad, throwing a
what's gonna
fit, throwing a
happen if you can go and I can't? Your ass gonna get left
I
behind.
mean, well, you just said it. Like, I can
Your
go
ass.
and you can't.
Yeah. And then he's like, well, the only way this will work out is if we get married. Now, why the hell?
Just
What the hell is that gonna do?
not gonna do anything. Like, well, your name got to be on the lease and it's got to be a family member. If we get married, then we family. Like, maybe we want to check on this as well and just make sure that you don't just go run and get married. And they're like, no, because you did this specifically so that I can put you on here. There's a waiting period. No, you can't just add people's name to the lease. It's going to be something because they
Oh, of
just make
course it
up these
is.
schemes and they don't think about whether it will work or not. The first thing they're like, yeah, let's do that. That'll be
And
good.
that's what's so
No, it's
amazing
not.
about Love After Lockup.
It
That's what
is.
keeps giving us
Like,
season after season, you know? So
mhm.
I want them to actually follow through with it. I don't think Brittany wants to get married though. I mean, she expressed that she doesn't really, it's not like on the top of her list, but
Mhm.
she's like, what the hell?
And I hate that. That's just like you don't get married if you don't want to. Don't do that.
Do you think that Kirok is pressuring Brittany?
Yes,
Okay,
I
great.
do.
Because I do too. I didn't
And
think
she
it was one of
loves
those.
Kirok, but like she, you can love somebody and not want to get married like right at the moment.
Yeah,
That's fine.
because that wouldn't be on my
There's just a
list
lot
either.
going on. And still, I feel like just from other seasons of this show, I don't even know how they're living together now because I feel like that's not allowed for like two felons to be
Mhm.
living together, right? Wasn't that to bring up your girl, Puppy and
Oh my gosh. Thank
whoever
God
that
you did
man
it.
was?
Thank God you found a way to bring up
And
Puppy
I'm
and
sure
Amber.
there were other couples, maybe even Lindsay and Blaine. Like, I feel like that's just not allowed. You're not allowed to be like living
They
together. We've
did it
seen that a
though.
few times. So that's already risky.
Maybe
And
it's in
like,
certain states.
it probably is. Yeah, I think you're right.
Maybe that's the
But
thing in certain
they don't
states.
know because they don't check nothing.
Oh, that's that. The best of
Mhm.
luck to them though. And
Yeah, they
last,
seem nice. They're just not bright.
I feel like I'm missing a couple. Because I
Yeah,
have Zariah and Troy. Zariah,
yeah, the other one is it Teeny? Tanny?
Tanny,
And she was fighting with his mom.
with his mom.
Is that her
Yeah.
name? I
I don't
can't remember
know.
it.
I can't remember a damn.
Let me see.
I have the list.
I think it's Tenny and Rob because I'm very attracted to Rob. I was like, oh, I
Tenny
don't
and
remember
Robert, yes.
Tenny and Robert. Okay.
Tenny and Robert. Um, so the thing is, he is attractive.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so is his coworker. I was like, where
Yeah.
is
Oh
this?
yeah. Like,
Whoa.
whoa, whoa, whoa. I gotta move to Oregon. But he is very attractive.
Mhm.
And she's also very attractive. She gives me
Yes, they're
Malaysia energy from
beautiful.
Basketball Wives. I don't know what it
Oh,
is,
yes.
but it's something about her. I think it's her voice and
Hmm.
her eyes that just give me
Yeah, I think
Malaysia.
she's very pretty.
Like lazy and pretty.
Yes. She said a job.
She was
I
like,
don't
I gotta
know.
get one. But then she cleaned it up and she's like, well, I'm not against it because she's seen how serious he was. And
Right.
he's
He's
like,
like,
yeah, a
yeah.
job. So she's not too thrilled about that. I did I didn't think it was necessarily okay for her to put her hands on his mom,
Because
but
she
I
did put
do
her hands
think,
on her first.
yeah,
She
because it
much
was one of
better.
those situations that I think I would have just backed up.
Yeah.
Because if I get started,
There's no stopping it. It's a blackout
it's
situation.
over. If I get started, everybody's going to hell. And it's like
And they did. Everybody was going down. You see what happened to Rob? I was like, get out of there. Just let them fight.
she was just windmilling and she was like, let me go, let
Yeah.
me go. And then the mom was pissed. Like she had on her second go wig and she was done with all this shit. She was like, I'm done with her little stupid dumb ass. Tired of
She
fucking
was
with her little stupid dumb ass.
money
Um,
hungry ass. But
money hungry
she's a
ass.
weirdo because she when she was Teddy was like, what's your problem with me? And she was like, I want my son back. Like, what do you mean you want your son back? He is a
That's,
grown man. Don't be weird. Don't
you
be
know what it
weird.
is, to be fair though, it comes from trauma because the moms are traumatized, which I understand. You haven't seen
Sure.
your child in a really long time, and that's
But
how
why
you
wasn't
view
you
them.
visiting him
That's
while he
another
was locked
thing.
up? Why weren't you visiting
I
him?
don't get that. Apparently, they have their own little situation that happened. I don't know what happened. Um, but the whole thing is weird, and I do think that she should appreciate Tanny because she looked out for her son while
In a
he was
major
in
way.
prison. Yeah, in a major way.
Yeah.
It made him feel like he had a family. She didn't cheat on them.
Yeah.
At least from my knowledge, she didn't cheat on them.
No. So she, yeah, as a mother, I think she would be like, this is a good woman. And I'm
Hmm.
happy that my son has her.
But
That's how I
not
would
her.
feel. No. Well,
Do
she
you
don't have no
think?
sense.
Do you think that Tanny's gonna get a job?
No,
Me
because I
neither.
think she's gonna pretend though, because she was like, okay, when he first said it, she was like, a job, and then she was like, wait a minute, I gotta play this the right way, right? So she was like, I mean, I could, touch up my resume. I should be able to get a job in 2 weeks. So now what she's gonna do
She's
is
gonna get her.
pretend like she's looking for a job, and
You
she's gonna
know
be like,
what?
there's nothing out there.
I
There's
think
nothing out there.
that she might actually, because she looks like a remote girly. Like
She
I feel
does if
like
she can find it.
just get on TikTok. All
Oh,
you have to do is get on TikTok and listen, TikTok, and I didn't believe it until like a few months ago. TikTok
mm,
has the answer for everything. If you want a recipe, and I mean very specific, like whatever
uh-huh.
you're looking for, like a turkey wing,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a
The
certain
favorite.
sandwich,
So are
chicken
you
sauce.
saying she can find a job through there or she
Yeah.
needs to start making okay.
Just search work from home jobs, and you literally have all these moms and just women just like, hey guys, if you want to work from home, here are 5 new job listings, and they give them to you.
Oh shit.
And then you go in the comments. Well, I don't even want to see. I have to. I'm telling you guys, but I need to find my job first before I tell you
I didn't know.
guys.
Listen, I'm like, I'm about to get on there and look.
I'm telling you, they have all the good remote jobs, and then you go in the comments and you see people who are currently working there now, and they're like, "I hate it here," or "I love it here."
They're like, do not
No,
apply
do
here.
not apply. It's so horrible, and they give you their stories because a lot
That's
of the
good.
times, Indeed and I believe it's called Glassdoor,
Yes.
they will make you create an account and go through all this shit just to see a few reviews.
And then they just
You
start
don't even got to do
emailing
that
you
on TikTok.
nonstop. Mm-hmm.
You could go on there and comment all day. It's like 300 people. They're like, hated it here, loved it here. I had my first baby and then I left. Like it's like a lot of very specific.
I'm going to look. No, I love this. I believe you.
I'm telling you. And I just write them down and I'm like, client
Okay.
here
Yeah.
tonight. Yep. So I do think that she might be able to do it. Now, Zariah and Troy,
Wow.
she's
Again, she
crazy as
really fooled me.
hell.
She is out of her mind. I she I've never I have never been fooled like this by somebody on TV. I'm telling you, I thought she was a nice church lady. She is insane.
No. I have one question.
Okay.
No, that's what she said. It's like,
Are you cheating on me?
are you cheating on me?
Girl, like I feel like you have to get out of my face. You cheated on me when I was locked up. And
Correct.
now this psychic bitch is like, there's a woman, there's a
There's a
female
woman.
energy. And she's like, oh, the baby mama. That lady said, nope, not her. Now you
It's
just making
somebody
shit up.
else.
That
And I
lady,
don't know. I was kind of with her because I'm like, well, who is it? Like, is
no,
this the
you just
energy of
making
his
shit up.
mom? Like, is because
His
that's what I was thinking.
daughter,
Like his
right.
daughter, like, what is it? But she couldn't really get into the specifics, I guess, because they didn't have $20 more to continue the session. So she's like, that's all I got. So you
Okay, because
guys,
why are we paying to go to this psychic and we can't pay the rent? Okay, because
and
priorities,
you
got to
could
get those in
tell
order.
she had to get to her next session. So she's like, as a matter of fact, he's like, I don't think he's cheating on you. Like you got to figure out who it is, but I don't think he's cheating on you. So just leave and go
Get
home and
out
figure that
now.
out.
What is
But
crazy? She's always screaming or throwing something. Poor Troy. He's like,
and
I'm
he's
out of
so good
here.
looking. I feel so
He
bad for
is, and
him.
he seems nice, and he's always just like walking for miles and miles because he has to get away from her. He's like, I don't even know where I am. I've been walking for 6 miles. Can you come pick me up?
I'm just like, damn.
I'm like, can you do that with the ankle monitor? Maybe just do a lap around. Like, you can't do that, I feel like.
I want to say that her parents were not fucking with this at all. They said you let these dark spirits, and now not only
That shit was
that,
so funny to me at that dinner table.
but her parents'
Dad was
house
going off.
got a fire struck at their house,
Yes, because
and
she
they're
brought
blaming
those
the
evil
psychic.
spirits in
Yeah,
there.
and I don't blame them because it's like, why would you do all this shit and come to my house? And it's not even the psychic; it's her energy
No,
that
it
caused
is.
all of that.
They know. They know.
You seen
She
her
scares
mom?
me.
She was gonna send her ass to voicemail, but she's like,
Hmm.
I'm gonna give you a chance. Don't prove me wrong.
She's going to.
The
I
parents,
don't. Oh
it's too
God.
much dark sided stuff. I prefer
It's
Troy.
dark Saturn.
It's dark
He's not
sided
Christian.
stuff. She is not a Christian. Get the hell out of my house in Jesus' name, I pray. I think what needs to happen though is he needs to leave her and they could do like a
Yes.
separate spinoff of him and his mom and her
That could
taking like
absolutely work. Take
three
it
to
right on
four
over to Zeus.
edibles and going
Hmm.
in random stores and shit.
Because one thing about Karen, she's gonna take a minimum of 3 gummies at a
And she's like,
time.
I cannot deal with these people right now. I'm
She's
high
like,
as hell.
she's like, ooh, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. Why do you keep eating 3 at one time, Karen? That's too many.
That's danger.
Stop it.
One
What are
is
you
dangerous
doing?
enough. Like
Right?
one will
Take
have you
half. Oh my God.
enough. And she's like, I'm too high for this.
Like, what
And
do
I'm like,
you
I think
want?
we've all been there, but that
Oh,
was
yes,
just
never again. That's why I was like, I don't even, I can't. I don't
nope.
fuck with those edibles. That,
I have some
uh-uh.
stories.
Me too.
It it is not your friend, and I'm here to tell you that now. Those things, whatever those dab pins are, those are not your friends. I'm telling you.
Just don't do it, kids. Don't.
You will
Do you
go to the
remember
hospital.
you? Yes. Do you remember that commercial? That like don't do drugs or like don't smoke cigarettes commercial. And the girl is like flat laying on
Flat
the
and melted
couch.
on the couch.
That's
Yes.
it.
And that is a
That time
real thing.
I literally felt like that. And it did not help. Tonio was like, damn, you in that couch. I was like, what do you mean? What do you
Raven,
mean?
please.
Never.
Oh
Don't
my
offer me
gosh.
no edibles. The
And
answer
it's
is
so funny
no.
because you feel like you're gonna die
Oh my
until
God.
you
And it,
don't. And then all of
oh
a
my God,
sudden
it
you're like,
lasted
I
forever.
feel so great. I just want to go get something to eat. Like all of a sudden it just hits and I'm like, damn, I want some Wingstop. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not dying anymore. Like I
Thank
can
God. Now we get to the fun part because that was not fun.
it's not. And I just feel like if it felt like the fun part all the time, then yes.
Yeah,
But
but
no,
like it doesn't. And look at Karen. She's not having fun. She's
she's not.
complaining all the time, but she won't
She's literally
stop.
like, when they approach her, she's like, God, no,
She's
please.
like, Troy, seriously? I was
I
very
told you not to
clear.
bring these people to this car, and here you are. You brought these same people, and they literally come pumping, like they're pumping the pavement with their church clothes, and I'm just like, oh my God. I get her though. It's too much.
No, because she told that boy, what is Zariah's son's name? She was like, no, I'm not coming in there. Make something up. Tell them, make something up. I'm not coming.
She's not
Do
doing it.
not tell that boy to make something up.
And he's like, Grandpa, Grandma, she's just not coming. You know that's what he said. He didn't even have an excuse. He's like, she
And they
don't
were
want to
like,
come.
no, and Zariah, she's a bitch for that because she's like, let's go outside and meet her. Like, no, the lady said
Ooh,
no.
stop. Like, you know she's on an
Oh
edible
my
too.
God.
Let her breathe. Jesus. But guys, that's Love After Lockup. Any more thoughts?
What a
Any more thoughts
show.
on Love After Lockup or Life After Lockup? Because I know Kaya gets in my ass. She's like, if you're gonna say it right.
Oh, yes, that's right. It is Life After Lockup. No, I think we covered it all. I think we covered it all. Get Karen on Zeus immediately. I mean, immediately.
And that's it.
Get
That's
her on
it.
Baddies. She could be a celebrity guest or whatever
I
the
would like
hell.
to see it. Or put her on Beauty in the Black. Which guys, that's what I've been meaning to talk to
I
you
haven't
guys
watched that
about.
yet.
I have to because I think Kendrick watched it.
Oh, he has. He's
So
about to watch it for a second time.
yeah, Kendrick doesn't even know. Like I'm gonna like Kendrick, I'm gonna need to utilize you because I'm gonna need somebody to talk to and about. And I hope that Kaya is feeling better by then so we could just talk about it because we need to discuss it.
I need to make sure that I watch it by then so I can listen.
There has been too much happening
Ugh,
on this show. And they I don't
I
know if
can
you've seen
imagine. I see
Divorce in
little
the
clips.
Black. Have you seen
Oh,
Divorce in the
hell
Black?
yes.
The mom is on that
Yes.
show.
Oh God.
The mom's just like, pull him out. Matter of fact, pull him out the casket.
Insane. I was like, what am
But
I watching?
yeah, guys, that's it. Raven, thank you so much.
Oh my God, thank you. This was so much fun. I knew
I
it would
really
be.
appreciate you. I know it always is, and I forget that we're recording. That's what
Hmm.
happens. And it's like,
I
oh
know.
shit. Here we are,
Hope I
guys.
didn't say nothing too crazy.
I feel
I
like
don't remember.
I've
That's the
already
thing.
done it.
We do these, and I'm like, I don't know what I said. Just
I've already done it. So where can the people find you?
okay, so you can listen to my podcast, Bitches Better, anywhere you listen to podcasts, and you can follow me on Instagram at Bitches Better Podcast and at Raven C. James. That's it.
Make sure you guys do that. Make sure you listen to the Bitches Better podcast.
Definitely listen
Am
to
I saying the
especially.
name right?
Yeah. What is wrong with you?
Because you
You
you gave me a look and I was
you
like, did I
froze.
say that
No,
wrong?
no.
Okay,
I didn't mean to give
that's
you a
my
look.
worst fear. Like saying a name wrong.
No,
I hate it.
don't doubt yourself.
Did you see the fear in my eyes?
Yes, I was like, what is wrong with you? What happened?
It's
You
getting
literally
bad,
froze.
mama. I'm telling you.
How many gummies did you eat?
I did it bad. Oh, but guys, make
All
sure
roads lead to puppy.
it leads to puppy. Make sure you check out Raven. Make sure you check out her podcast. We will release this tomorrow on the timeline. Well, today for you guys. So if you listened into this, it's definitely a post on Instagram. So go show that post some love. Go comment on it. Leave some nice 10-star. What is the maximum? 5-star. Leave some nice 5-star
No,
reviews.
do 10. Do
Do
10.
10. But I really want you guys to do 5 because if you like, I don't know, you can put 10 in the actual review.
Yeah.
There
Mhm.
we go. And subscribe to Patreon, patreon.com/Bravo While Black for additional content. And yeah, guys. Bye, y'all.